friend. Good day. We are going to Islay.
And they talk like this there?
I have no idea.
We've never been there, so we don't know.
I don't
they
know.
could.
I've never gone. You know who's gone there twice?
West Coast?
West Coast.
I hate that.
We hate him.
I hate that.
Hate him. Hate that
guy.
son of a
Hate that guy.
I hate anyone that's been there.
Son of a mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, obviously, you kind of how that works, right?
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so we're going to Islay. Isla? Is that how you say it?
Islay.
Islay?
Fine, Isla.
Islay?
I don't have any idea.
Okay, that's fine. But it's a Bowmore. And Bowmore, established in 1779.
They claim to be
Uh-huh.
the oldest licensed distillery.
Licensed
Distillery.
that's the key.
On Isla.
I'm going to give it to him. Wasn't, by the way, speaking of Scotch and Isla and all that good stuff, we were watching the Water of Life film.
Yes.
McEwen. He was at Bowmore.
That's where he was first, right?
And then he went to Bruichladdich.
In Bruichladdich.
And now he's at Ardnahoe.
And now he's at Ardnahoe, and he has something to do with
In Australia.
Hey,
I like that guy.
he doesn't know how to retire.
He's
That's
a good man.
his problem.
Retire.
That's his problem.
You know when you retire? When you die.
When you're dead.
When you're dead. When you're dead. Because one day you're dancing, and the next day you're dead. That's the truth. So anyway, we got a Bowmore.
We got a Bowmore.
Bowmore 18. Now, is this part of the Rachel Barry years at Bowmore?
I don't actually know.
Because you've had this for a while, right?
I don't know. This would be 18 years ago. I probably had this bottle 3 years. So 2000? Was Rachel Barry there in 2000?
I don't know.
You know, I don't know. It could very well be. And it's 18, so the youngest whiskey's 18, so there could be other stuff in there maybe when McEwen was still there.
Maybe.
You don't know?
I don't know. But you have anything to read about this or no?
So this bottle, the expression of the 18s was put together to replace the 17-year-old.
Hey, there you go.
They had to one-up it by one extra year. So they have a slightly older concoction. They're noted for...
Wait, aspect.
Nothing like a glug-glug.
Nothing like an Islay glug-glug.
A glug-glug.
Spilled.
They're noted as one of the few distilleries that still malts its own barley.
Huh.
Like many Islay distilleries, there's going to be the Seaside Warehouse is going to have a briny interaction.
Okay.
And this particular whiskey is going to be made with stock that's drawn from ex-bourbon barrel and ex-sherry cask.
Huh.
And it's bottled at 43%.
Interesting. That probably explains the color, right? Is the sherry?
Yeah, I believe so. And I picked this up in my education to be dragged kicking and screaming
Through the peat bog?
through the peat bog as I'm dragged with a rope around my neck, sometimes it feels. So I thought I would try this one because we haven't had much from Bowmore. We've had a lot of...
Well, we've had independent bottlings at Bowmore.
Right, but we haven't had actually an actual Bowmore.
No.
We've had a lot of Caol Ila's, independent bottlings, and a lot of other things that come from there. But as the peated bottles, I haven't actually had a Bowmore. So I got this.
Smells good. Definitely peaty. It's got a bit of a barbecue note to it.
Yeah, you know what I like about it? It doesn't smell medicinal. It doesn't have that mercurochrome kind of smell to it.
No, it's more...
It's like you said, it's more of a barbecue.
Yeah, I'm getting more like
clam bake on the beach.
Like mesquite. I'm getting like mesquite, like barbecue kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And again, that might be the sherry cask influence on this thing.
I think so. And they're right up. They say the nose smacks of wet stuff.
Wet stuff?
Unlike the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, which maybe over elaborates.
Wet
I believe
stuff.
they've under elaborate wet stuff.
Like a baby's diaper. That could be wet stuff. I mean, it doesn't smell like a diaper.
Newspaper. No. It's smoky and peaty, but in the soft and damp kind of way. I'm always a little hesitant to read the Scottish notes.
Yeah, don't read the notes.
They always seem to be
different.
A little on edge.
A little different.
A little out there.
A little different. Yeah, but again, I'm getting that. I'm getting maybe a little bit of leather, maybe a little tobacco. But I think the barbecue kind of note kind of comes across first with this.
This is very nice. It's a really good nose.
It smells good.
Current sweetness reminiscent of stewed pears, joints with wet pipe tobacco note, and round things.
What did Sam write this?
I'm not really sure. It's a restrained scent and one that invites repeated nosing.
I'm going for a taste.
It does.
Did we clink? Did we do cheers?
We can cheers now.
More.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to Islay. That's very nice. It's what is it? What's the ABV on this one?
43.
43. So it's a little soft.
Yeah, could be a little
we're
higher.
so used to that big punch, and like we said at the beginning, I've had more single cast Bowmores that are always at like 58,
They're
59, 60,
higher, yeah.
that are just some kind of insanity. We've had a lot more of those than we had actual Bowmore bottlings, and this is nice. This is I'm gonna have to go back. Let me go back. Let me step back and try.
I think this is the kind of an Isla which isn't overly ashy. As you said, it's more mesquite, it's more barbecue, it's more approachable. And the 43% keeps it that way. That maybe this is the gateway. It gets you to come in and say, "Oh, Isla, I like that. That's not bad." Where the peat's not punching you, it's flavorful. It's very nice.
But see,
but it's soft.
I like the punch.
But as a first step.
As a first step.
See, we reel you in, and then you get to the next bottle, and you pick up the more punch. And I think we had noted this from when we talked with Whiskey Cast, that the older Islas tend to have less of the punch, the peat punch. That it rounds out in the barrel. So maybe this is the issue. Like if you had a 12-year-old, it's not going to be
a little more punchy.
As soft as this.
Right.
But it might not have the round flavors that this does. It might be more one-dimensional.
I gotcha. Let me go back to the taste.
Very nice.
The finish isn't super long.
No.
It gets there's almost like a little bit of a bitter note. A little bit of a bitter note to it in the beginning.
A little medicinal at the end.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is the medicinal note. But I like the single cask stuff better though. I think it just has more uniqueness to it, especially when they're like bourbon cask. I think I like that a little better than this.
Is it the sherry that bothers you?
No, I mean I like sherry cask.
No, I just mean, would you rather this was not sherried?
Maybe I'd like to see how it would be as a bourbon. Yeah. I like sherry cask whiskey. I have nothing against it.
I kind of wish I had a 12 or something to try this against.
Yeah. Well, we've had 12, I think.
Okay. But right now to try it against.
What's the one 15?
Just
the darkest? Is that what
just to see what the difference is.
Uh-huh.
Just so we had it up front.
Or maybe if it was like a little higher ABV. Because I'm just used to having these at a higher ABV. So I think you get more out of them that way.
Well, and if you had a higher ABV, they would get less out of them.
Well,
because
that's not my problem.
18-year-old whiskey,
and they'll charge you accordingly.
Well, that's true.
They will charge you more. But I think it loses like that mouthfeel, the oiliness, because they watered it down. Down to 43.
Yeah, they thinned it.
So I mean,
this is supposed to retail for about $100.
Really?
Okay. At $100, would this be a buy? For you? I mean, would you think about buying it, or were there other things you'd rather buy for your $100?
I think I'd get other stuff.
No, that's again.
I'd probably get a Carchus.
There's nothing, and which is a little less than 100.
Which is right around the same range. Yeah. I'd probably go for that before I go for this, just because it's got the more intensity. So really, you are getting more bang for your buck, because that's like 33% more.
Yeah, and you're also getting something that's
a one-off.
A one-off. It's not consistently made the same way each time.
15,000 bottles of one-off, but a one-off.
No, I just mean each year it's a little bit different. Where you get the Bowmore 18 every year is going to be, similar to this, because that's the flavor profile they're shooting for.
Right. I mean, it's not bad. It's a good whiskey. I'll drink it. I'm enjoying it.
I'm never bringing it around again.
But I like the single cask stuff better. Yeah. So I would just go with maybe like a B plus on this one.
For cocktails?
Nah, I can't do cocktails with this kind of stuff. I think Scotch, I don't think, and we've had this discussion before, I don't think it lends itself to cocktails as well as...
Even the peated ones?
I mean, I like them in the sour, but I think
Okay.
they're all good for like a highball. I like them on their own.
Okay.
So...
Again, there's no wrong answer.
No, I'm just saying...
You're just king of the cocktail, which is why I have to ask you.
Wow, I'm just saying, but I have a hard time with... Not just this Scotch, just any Scotch. Any Scotch. Maybe an old fashioned. Maybe an old fashioned with this, something like that. But I wouldn't go anything like crazy with like vermouth and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think it works. I know there's a Rob Roy, but I don't really like Rob Roy, to be honest.
Now, is this peaty enough for your lemon cookies? I don't think so.
I think the bourbon cask is better for that.
So.
I think the Ardbeg is better for that.
I don't think so. I think it's peaty enough.
Something like an Ardbeg or like the Lefroy.
Not enough punch. As the Girl Scouts are out this time of year.
Right.
It's just not...
I think the bourbon cask Ilas are better for that, with the lemon. The sherry doesn't really work with that. This might work with chocolate, though. I think this will work really nicely with chocolate. Yeah, maybe.
Why for thin?
Yeah. Like a chocolate cookie, I think it will probably work better. So, anyhow.
I really like it. I'd probably give it a B plus.
Yeah.
I'd probably say it's in the 88, 89 range.
Right.
It's not a solid A.
No.
And I think your points are well taken. If this was at a higher ABV, I think it would be far better whiskey. But again, that would change what they're trying to do with it.
Right. And it would up the ante.
Well, again, that's just more money for them.
Right. Right.
Figure out the price point.
Uh-huh.
If every 2 points of ABV is another $20, okay, it's $120 on a whiskey, whatever.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Well, sir,
it's good.
thank you for bringing it.
Sure.
Thanks for sharing.
Anytime.
Cheers to the fine folks at Bowmore. Sir, cheers to you. Cheers.
Oh, that was awful.
That was terrible. One more. There you go. Cheers.